Walt Disney Pictures explores new frontiers in animation. In Treasure Planet, a thrilling space-age saga inspired by the Robert Louis Stevenson classic, Treasure Island.
We wanted to make sure that it was basically a cinematographic page-turner.
There's just romance, there's adventure.
Every time I saw anything on this film, I thought, wow, this is really good.
Every couple of seconds, there's just some incredible image.
It preserves what's great about the book, and yet stands on its own as its own.
Taking the state of art of animation to new heights with its seamless integration of highly expressive hand-drawn characters and the digital richness of CGI. Treasure Planet is truly the first animated film of the 21st century.
When people ask me about what's the future, I say you're looking at it because we can do anything we want with it.
It's really deep looking, it's really rich looking. They did such a beautiful job with it.
Featuring vocal performances by Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Jim Hawkins, renowned stage actor Brian Murray as John Silver, as well as Martin Short, Emma Thompson, and David Hyde Pierce. Treasure Planet blasts all the color and excitement of the classic pirate adventure into outer space as it follows young Jim Hawkins in his quest for the loot of 1,000 worlds.
Treasure Planet? No. That's Treasure Planet.
The idea of treasure is still the most thrilling thing that you can dream of. And this is there, only in space.
That call to adventure, I think, is inside all of us. There's a long, rich history of stories like that. And to do it with fantastic characters, an amazing-looking setting, that's what this movie wanted to be and what we fulfilled.
Jim, my boy, soon we'll be off to the spaceport. It's devolving into a black hole!
To create Treasure Planet's rich and fantastic universe, the filmmakers took advantage of every tool in the animator's box. From 3D computer-generated backgrounds, to highly expressive hand-drawn characters, to an amazing first-time ever hybrid of the two techniques in one main character.
These gears have been tough getting used to, but they do come in mighty handy sometimes. John Silver in the novel has a wooden leg and an eye patch. In this, he is a cyborg. Lovely outfit, He has an eye that kind of shines and you can see like through a telescope.
Love the eye!
He has a hand which is like a greeting card.
The cyborg John Silver's human parts are hand-drawn, while his mechanical arm, leg, and headpiece are computer animated.
This is what I did. I think I've matched the feeling of your drawings pretty good.
There was much more of a symbiosis between all the sort of digital people and the 2D people. In the case of Glenn Keane and Eric Daniels, they really were like a hybrid animator.
Whoa!
That was probably the most rewarding part of it to me, is to see how seamless the traditional and the CG work together.
The audience totally forgets the process and totally forgets the medium and believes those characters are as real as anyone that they've met or that they know or that's even a part of their lives.
Change his plan, lads! Now!
Oh, the powers that be, would you look?
In Treasure Planet, renowned stage actor Brian Murray and superstar animator Glenn Keane join forces to create one of the most fascinating characters in Disney animation history.
He was the centerpiece that we wanted to bring over from the novel. He's very rich, very sort of complicated, and a real well of inspiration for us.
Mr. Silver?
Why, Mr. Arrow, sir?
We cast the animators for their characters based on their own personalities.
Jingo!
You've got somebody like Glenn Keane, who's an outgoing, gregarious, bold, expressive guy, and if you just watch him literally doing the drawing, he draws the way the character plays.
I want this that suave, spotless.
It's the thing that makes Disney films work, is that the characters are real. They're not just drawn images on paper. It's all about real people that you get to know.
That's right. We can both walk away from this rich as kings.
And I would argue that Brian Murray, who's the voice of John Silver, gives the finest vocal performance you've ever seen in one of our films.
Have a taste of me famous Buns of Beast stew. Old family recipe. That was part of the old family.
He's got this maturity and a confidence and a humor. It just comes naturally out of him.
Just kidding, Doc. I'm nothing if I ain't a kidder.
You can't help but smile listening to this guy talk.
Grapes, Brian. You don't have to worry about any more grapes. Are the grapes? Are they any good?
They're good. They're good. Nice eyeball flavor.
The meticulous pairing of actor and artist on Treasure Planet has created an outstanding cast of animated characters.
The acting of the movie, I think, is just the finest we've ever done. The animators, who bring such truth and credibility to these characters, such charm and wit, and the voice talent. It's sensational, and that makes me feel so good about this movie and what we've been able to do with it.
I'm gonna make sure that you never see one drop balloon of my treasure.
That treasure is owed me!
I'll try to find it without my map!
All hands to station!
In Treasure Planet, ships sail through the universe on backgrounds that were created by artists using a computer stylus to paint brush strokes that virtually reach back into space, creating an environment that gives the impression of a 3D oil painting, a technique called deep canvas.
It's a thing we designed, actually, for the film Tarzan. It allowed Tarzan to swing through the vines.
We were able to take it a step further, which was great, and put in an interactive lighting program. So you can watch, particularly during the storm sequence, when the camera's moving, you actually see the shadows in it as well. It really gives it a great eerie feel.
Every visual element of it is so stunning because they've used this unique combination of computer and hand-painted and oil and all the techniques that have developed over the history of animation. It gives it a look which is unique to the film, which is perfect because you're in a world that you're supposed to have never seen before.
We have built these virtual sets where we've taken the ship and constructed it into the computer so we can fly a camera over.
Even from the beginning, we always conceived this as a big action adventure movie, and now we have the capacity to kind of move the camera within the environment and do really things very comparable to live-action movies in terms of the cinematics.
There's an effect that they did that imitates like a handheld camera, as if there was a cameraman with a big 35mm camera running after us, and it's all shaky and suspenseful.
For years, we would watch this movie in its earlier forms and have no idea what stuff was going to look like, because it's such an amalgam of background and layout and effects. To see it all brought together has been so astounding. I frankly have just been shocked at the jaw-dropping beauty of the movie.